What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Oh man, today I want to talk about the Punisher's co-creator, Gerry Conway, and how much of a bitch-made motherfucker this dude really is. Shout out to the homie Punisher. Shout out to my brother True Teller. I did a whole live stream with him earlier today talking about my top 10 or our top 10 favorite superheroes. And the Punisher was up there for me. And, well, he's technically what you call an anti-hero because he doesn't really adhere to the morals and ethics of everyday superheroes. But the co-creator of the Punisher, he in recent events and recent times, what I'm referring to is the George Floyd incident. He wants to take back the Punisher logo right here, the skull, what he's known for, this thing right here. He wants to reclaim it and give it to Black Lives Matter. He wants to change the definition of it. And let's rewind a little bit because this started about 3 years ago. In 2017, you had some police cars rolling around, and they had the Punisher insignia like decals on it or whatever. So he had a fucking meltdown talking about, oh no, I don't want, like, because some people were complaining about it in whichever town it was. And so he felt, oh no, I don't want police to have it because, it's a sign of oppression and this and that, which he's echoing the same rhetoric to this day because of recent events. But, I don't want people to think of them as rolling death squads and XYZ. And it's so ridiculous. Look, 2 points. Number one, if you weren't so out of touch, you would know that there's a lot of black people that are fans of the Punisher. So for you to say that it's a sign of oppression, that shows how out of touch you are with your own character that you helped create. Number two, well, this will split into 2 bullet points. If people, do you mean to tell me that people see that that the cop cars rolling by with the logo on it and of a fictional character, and they just can't take it? It just bothers them that oh my god, what does that tell you? That they already had a problem with the police. They already have. So it's not about the fucking skull logo being on it, because it wouldn't matter to them. If they have a problem with police, they have a problem with police, right? They're looking for the one assailable thing that they could speak about. Oh, they have a skull logo on their car, so that means they want to kill people. The fuck are you talking about? Next point is the fact that why does it matter who the Punisher resonates with? I would hope that you, as a comic book creator, video game creator, any type of producer out there, you want your character or whatever you produce to resonate with people. You want that. Like, Punisher resonates with a lot of people because, again, people that aren't familiar with this character, he's essentially a vigilante that works outside the law. Well, I guess that's kind of redundant, but he has no gray area. You're either good or evil, and if you're bad, he's taking you out. He's killing you. You're a robber, a rapist, child molester, murderer. He's gonna find you. He's gonna kill you because his family was murdered. The justice system couldn't do anything about it, so he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." He's an old army vet. He mastered all types of martial arts and all this shit, but and he's a master of firearms and shit. So he resonates with people because there's always days, and don't deny this, there's always days that people feel that way, where they feel wronged. It don't just have to be the justice system. It could be at work. It could be, at a drive-through. It could be anywhere, and you want to take that power into your hands for just one day. Everybody feels that way. That's why he's a successful character. I've talked about my man Punisher before, Frank Castle. So it just strikes me as odd that this dude, after he made his millions off of this dude, now all of a sudden he has a problem with him. All right, so let's fast forward to today. Um, this dude, he's saying now he wants to reclaim the skull, this logo, and reclaim it for Black Lives Matter. He wants to change the definition of it, which kind of shits on his last thing, because his last point, because if the skull is so oppressive, you wouldn't want to use it in the first place. But again, you know, social justice warriors, these types of people have no logic whatsoever, all right? And he says, look, hey guys, I want to reclaim it, and I want people of color to send in their artwork. And mind you, let's stop there. He only wants to hire people of color. Y'all know I hate that term, but let's just run with it. You have to ask yourself, these are the same people that will sit and big up Martin Luther King. Meanwhile, and this is my favorite because a lot of SJWs miss this, they forget Martin Luther King's greatest quote, well, one of his greatest quotes is, judge me on the content of my character, not the color of my skin. So why would it matter if a person of color submits artwork to you? What if a white dude submitted a great submission for Black Lives Matter? Oh, well, you're white, so I can't use that. Like, how retarded does that sound? You want good artwork. As an artist, if you're trying to portray that shit, it wouldn't matter who submits what they submit. So go fuck yourself. Again, all y'all artists, because there's a few that submitted artwork to them, to Gerry Conway, you have to think about that, all right? Then on top of it, these artists ain't getting, they're not getting paid, which blows my mind. He said it said the artists won't be getting paid, but they're free to use the artwork however they want to. I guess that's their payment. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Jesus Christ. And he looks good because he's not getting paid. Hey, it's I'm donating the money because the artwork is going to be put on shirts. All the profits are going to Black Lives Matter. See, let me tell you something about these people with white savior complexes. This dude, Gerry Conway, is one of them, all right? It's his idea that he's putting out there. Yeah, some of you POC artists get to trickle down. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I drew that. But guess what? At the end of the day, this is where he's going to shine. He's on top of the mountain. He knows exactly what he's doing. Hey, it was my idea. Hey, because at the end of the day, people might look you up, but guess what? He's always going to be attached to that idea. He knows exactly what he's doing. This is what I talked to you about, social currency, woke points. This is what he's in it for. This dude is already rich. His net worth is approximately $40 million. So you got to ask yourselves, why didn't he, and mind you, like SJWs like him, complain about minority income inequity or inequality, whatever, right? So you would think, hey, listen, I'm gonna pay y'all for your artwork. Let me pay you. But again, that's the problem with SJWs. They don't care about none of that shit. They care about echoing it, but they're not gonna actually do the actual work. They're not gonna sacrifice anything. You know what I mean? So why isn't he paying you? Like my man Corey Smith said that I met at Walker Stalker Con. Y'all remember that video? Some of you might. Guess what? He told me, he said, listen, my time is money. I've been doing this since I was, 4, 5, 6 years old. Guess what? Now if you want something, my time is money. That's what I suggest any of you POC artists do with this dude from now on. Nah, my time is money. You're going to have to pay me for my shit. Because if your work is that good that he's willing to put that shit out there, guess what? He better pay you for that shit. All right? This whole situation is fucking stupid. It's comparable to, remember when, what was the name of the latest Rambo movie? Last Blood came out. And then you had David Morrell, the creator of Rambo. He hated it. due to the fact that Rambo was out there killing members of the Mexican cartel. Yo, all of these white savior dudes, they all have strong cases of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. That's all it is. Mind you, with the Rambo situation, David Morrell never had a problem with Rambo killing other minorities in First Blood, in First Blood 2. He never had a problem with that. No. He was making his millions then. And the narrative at the time wasn't, Orange Man bad and none of that. There was none of that. So he was cool making money at the time off of that. Same thing with this clown. This guy, Punisher's been around for 40 plus years, something around that. And he had no problem with making money off the Punisher. None whatsoever. But now that he made it, now that he made a lot of money, Gerry Conway has gone into writing on TV, producing on TV, all of that. Yeah, who cares about this guy? Like, wow. The amount of white guilt, the amount of white guilt, overpouring, annoying white guilt. I mean, I've seen so many images lately because of this whole George Floyd thing. People kneeling, kissing my people's feet, washing my people's feet. Like, it's disgusting. Get up. Don't y'all have a backbone? Like, listen, it's one thing to say, hey, look, we saw the incident. Listen, we're going to help out where we can or whatever. But all that extra shit, and shit like this is overwhelming white guilt. That's all he's trying to show. Hey, listen, I'm the good guy here. At the end of the day, he's going to be floated on the crowds like Khaleesi in Game of Thrones. Look, I'm your white savior. That's the whole narrative with Hollywood, with film creators, with video game developers, some of these comic book creators. It's the same narrative. Notice how no one veers from it. What happens when you do? You get canceled. You get outed. You're a racist. You're a xenophobe. You're a homophobe. You're all of this. You understand? Like, I want you to understand how serious this is, because this is hurting home. This is one of my favorite fucking characters, all right? And Gerry Conway, here's a solution. Excuse me. If you have all that white guilt that you want to alleviate, here's my suggestion to you. Give those millions that you've acquired ever since you've taken your pencil or pen and drew those first strokes of the Punisher logo, and you acquired all those millions of dollars. You know what you do? All the money that you made off of the Punisher, since you feel this way about your own character, which blows my mind, why don't you take that money and give it to Black Lives Matter? From the first second you put it down and you start to make money till recently, since you want nothing to do with this character, take that money, those millions, give it to Black Lives Matter, or give it to George Floyd's family, or give it to David Dorn's family, or Brian Underwood's family. Give it to one of them that lost their lives due to this nonsense. But again, you're not going to do that. You rather sit here and emit the illusion that, hey, I care about black people. Let me tell you something, black people. People like him do not care about us. They give the illusion that they do, but they do not care. This guy is a millionaire that's out of touch, that's part of the elite, and he's willing to sacrifice something that he created just throw y'all a bone. That's it. Fuck you, Gerry Conway. You lost your backbone. You only had a backbone when you created this character. And it's sad to say that a fictional character has more fucking backbone than your bitch ass. All right? So that's all I got to say. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Fuck Gerry Conway. That's it. Spread this across Twitter, Facebook, all over the internet to fight the YouTube algorithm and censorship. And that's it. Peace, bitches.